Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my streets. Yeah, high school was hard. You'd fight with my mom. I'd fall asleep to the screaming, sound machine always speaking, left emotional scars. Now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. At 21. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. I'm just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Yeah, doing things I shouldn't do. At 21. Yeah, I play you my favorite songs on a car ride while you list me all the people that left you in your life. Oh, oh. And you smoke on your chair while I was trying to sleep. I smell the smoke in the air, but that was normal for me. I didn't know. I didn't know. But now I'm 21. It's all of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. Feels like I'm 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. Oh, at 21. Yeah, I'm 21. Oh, just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Doing things I shouldn't do. At 21. At 21. At 21. Oh, I'm 21.
Talking to me with your eyes, I get a hint of the perfume that I like. Wear it like a disguise, I come around with the perfect alibi. Midnight, pouring my heart out like it's water. Tick-tock, you know this night ain't getting younger. Feels like chasing a star up and down in the sky. I can't get enough of sweet, sweet loving like we're just a couple bees, please. I'm glued to you, honey, like leave me, and I'll be sticking to you. I'm glued to you, honey. I'm glued to you, honey. Hey. Ooh, ah, ooh. I'm glued to you, honey, like ooh, ah, ooh. I'm glued to you, honey, like. I'm walking around with a smile. You got me feeling like curfew after 9. Yeah. You're tearing it up with your style. You got me living a brand new kind of life. At midnight, pouring my heart out like it's water. TikTok, you know.
Hello everybody and welcome to week 2 of League of Legends. So excited to be back casting once again. It is Bjorddd and we're going to be hopping straight into the draft, wasting no time. Game's going to be starting a little later tonight than usual. 9:30 is the set time as the teams get into drafting, and I will try to swap screens for y'all real quickly once I get a second. And there we go. Awesome. And both teams aren't labeled, but it's pretty safe to assume that blue side is going to be our opponents, which I believe is Cal State San Marcos, the Cougars. And the red side will be Tarleton State. Just based off the bands, I can kind of tell that to be the case. We're going to get Swain and Milia taken out of the pool, followed up by Syndra Orn for the side of Tarleton. These are our final two bands, and we will be getting joined by Lil PowPow a little later on in our broadcast once the game gets started and the draft fit is complete. Lulu Bam will round us out here for Cal State San Marcos. Taking 2 supports off the board for Tarleton. Very interesting. Support focused draft on Tavau the Grand. Final ban for Tarleton will be Wukong. And Cal State wasting no time. They are going to lock in the Jarvan. Obviously a very strong pick in the jungle. It's very consistent, I'd argue, with that ultimate for team fights. Even gank potential. Being able to dash onto targets is pretty helpful. So not really a surprise. Something their jungler is pretty comfortable with playing. To see that one locked in early doesn't really shock me at all. But Tarleton, they're not going to match the jungle pick. They're going to go and lock in support. That will be Braum for Val the Grand. Possibly having our options a little bit more limited after Cal State Open with multiple support bands. Ooh, interesting. We're going to get Mascara on Ashe. It's going to be the first time we see that this year. But we know his champion pool is pretty deep. At least in that bot lane ADC role. So definitely not too worried about it. If you go for an on-hit build on Ashe, provides that slowing effect in addition to all that damage after building several items. Always helpful. It's going to be met by Ziggs, which can be played at the ADC role, but can also be flexed into mid. It's going to be interesting to see which of the routes Cal State San Marcos selects to take in this one. Make sure I unmuted my mic. I did. Okay, cool. We're good. And assuming if it is a Ziggs ADC, their bot lane will be completed and rounded out with Thresh pick here. And for those of you at home, I believe I was informed that our opponents will be playing with a substitute on the support role for game number 1 at least. So that's worth keeping in mind. Tarleton, they're going to lock in the Dr. Mundo. We saw Big China's Dr. Mundo last week. We might be getting a chance to run it back here. He's feeling very confident on this pick as of recent days. So exciting stuff that he gets to feature this one in game 1 of our Fearless Draft. So now we get the final 2 bans for each team respectively. It'll be Fiora, which is a pretty typical counter to a lot of Mr. Gold's champion pools. One of those tank shredders that scales heavily into the late game. We'll get a Poppy ban out from the side of Cal State San Marcos. Interesting. Set's not one of those champions you see picked a lot in these matches, but Tarleton, they want none of it. Maybe it's one of those champions in the pool of the enemy top laner. Also good into a lot of these tanks that Mr. Gold likes to run. So it does make sense. Final ban here will be the Shin. Mr. Gold featured that one in our game 3, I believe it was last week. It was a 2-1 series, I think, and I think that he brought it out game 3. And it had a lot of good impact. But with Shin taken off the board, it'll be Tom Kench It's one of those champions from Mr. Gold that even if you get behind, always provides good value. With the tankiness as well as that ultimate to keep teammates alive. So you love to see it. Let's see what Cal State San Marcos look to respond with their final 2 picks of this draft, which I believe will be for mid and top. It'll be Mbessa. Oh, wow. So this is really interesting. Now, Rumble's one of those champions that, for me, it gets picked all the time at the professional level, and for good reasons, too. It is such a strong laning phase, and so good at team fighting, too. It just does everything well, but the champion is so boring, simply because it seems so overpowered at times. But we're getting an Mbessa mid lane. That is very interesting. We'll see what Gimmick looks to respond with. Perhaps a little bit unexpected. And he is going to lock in the OG Orianna to round out our draft for Tarleton State. Very interesting draft from both sides. Tarleton have really yet to play against a Rumble, I believe, in a while. It's definitely been a second. Champion is definitely pretty solid, but that will conclude our draft here today. As we head into game number 1 of our series. Super exciting stuff. Let me go ahead and swap screens first real quick, guys. Awesome. And we should be getting it into game in any moment now. There you have it. Both teams indicating that they are ready, as we should be loading into game. I'm very interested to see how the draft for our opponents functions here in this game number 1 with the Mbessa mid lane pick. You definitely have some good engage when you combine the Mbessa and the Jarvan, followed by the poke from Ziggs and Rumble. So it's a pretty well-rounded draft, and you'd argue for in Tarleton's case, you have the Mundo Tom Kinch to kind of get in their face, while Ash and Orianna provide support in the back line. But still very interesting. Both teams finalizing their summoner spells and runes for today's matchup. And once those get locked in, we'll be heading into our game number 1, followed by a brief 3-minute spectator delay per usual. If y'all have been in these streams before, you kind of know how it goes. Tarleton, they're going to be tested today. Enemy team, some decently ranked players. And that's excluding their substitute that they have on support for game number 1. And I believe I am now being joined by my co-caster. Say hello, PowPow. Test your mic out.
Hello. What up?
Awesome. So what are our takeaways from the draft? The key thing I noticed here is we have an Mbessa mid lane pick.
Yeah, we're not too for sure. It could be a best of top still, and then go Rumble mid. That is common as well. However, we'll just have to see. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, we can see it in draft right here. They are hovering Mbessa mid lane.
There you go.
Or now it's all swooped around.
Yeah, it's a little bit swapped, but I assumed when I saw it at first that it was an Mbessa mid lane. I wasn't entirely certain. But still very interesting. You have, for the side of, I believe our opponents, they're Cal State San Marcos, the name of the college. They have some good engage with the Mbessa, plus the Jarvan, and then combine that with the poke from Rumble and Ziggs. I kind of see the ideas that they're going with here. What would you say the ideas behind Tarleton's comp are?
Yeah, so I think so far, Tarleton's comp, they have a lot of good early lane bullies, such as like the Oriana and Bessa matchup. Just because she's a melee champion, Oriana's really aggressive already into any matchup. So with the Mbessa, should be a lot of poke early on. Same thing with bot lane, you know, Ashe Braum, a lot of slows, a lot of CCs. So they could, I think they're going to try to catch out the bot lane here early on. Since Ziggs is more of a passive laner, he's really just meant to farm, throw his Qs from afar, similar to Ezreal. So it's not a too uncommon pick, but you normally only pick it when you're trying to weak side your bot lane. So we'll probably see a lot of action happen on the top side of the map from Cougars' side, while Tarleton's going to be trying to have a lot more action on their bot side.
Very interesting. So, two unique game plans going into this game number 1. And talking about some of the... Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, kind of similar to some games that we saw previously in these past 2 weeks. We've seen this Jarvan Ziggs combo before, where the Jarvan will try to get his ult down and then hit the rest of his team follow up with a lot of their utility. And I believe that's what happened in game 2 last week, where Tarleton ended up losing. So be able to see the adjustments Tarleton has made to this type of comps, as those are very meta champions that we've seen a lot recently. One pick is the Tom Kench. His ult is just, as you've seen before, can use either on the enemy to get a pick or used on his own allies to get them out, especially free them from this heavy ult comp that the Cougars have.
Yeah, and talking about some of the bans, I'd say early in the draft, there's a focus on support for the enemy team, taking away the Milio and the Lulu. Some of those potential combos, maybe with Vowel or Mascara in the ADC role. In the meantime, Tarleton kind of focusing a little bit more on the there were those matchup dependent ones in Syndra and Ornn, but then the final 2 bans being also top lane as well. And Fiora, kind of one of those tank shredders, and Set, I'm kind of assuming same type of deal. Tank shredder, good team fighter. What would you have to say about that, between the support bans for the enemy team and the top lane bans for Tarleton?
Yeah, I'll go start with Tarleton's ban at first. The one thing about picking Ziggs APC is that it forces your mid or top to go 80 damage. You need to have 80 damage coming from somewhere. Jarvan can't just solo it since he is more of like a tank and beefy guy. So with that, Tarleton just go ahead and last banning some 80 champions, just trying to limit what they can pick and play. And so you can see kind of worked out in their favor, as Oriana and Bessa should be a pretty fun matchup to watch. So it's going to go one way or the other. See which player just has the better skill gap, I guess. But besides that, the support ban's coming out. They must have seen last week, Val made some major adjustments, as we saw. During activation, we kind of saw bot lane was almost running it early on. But then last week, they really showed up and showed what they can do, especially with these carry bot lanes paired with enchanters. So I guess the Cougars might be aware of that and just trying to limit what Val can do here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with spectator delay done, we're about to head into game number 1. I'm begging that the league client does not give me any issues, as I always am. So we get a longer look at the cosmetics from both sides. We're gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna cross my fingers.
Yeah, typically we don't get to look at the skins too long, huh?
Yeah. But we'll give it a minute. See if we get into the action here shortly. Oh, that is not a good sign.
No, hopefully let us free launch.
Unable to download spectator data, since you guys may not have been able to see the Okay, reconnect.
Second time's the charm.
Man, I love this game. Come on. Ah, there we go. Oh, you know what? I see what it is. It may not have been an issue on our end. It might have been enemy sup might not have loaded into the game, which caused some weird spectator glitch. I believe that is what occurred here, if I'm not mistaken. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to set it to break while we wait on this technical issue to resolve itself. And once we get into game, I will swap the screen once again. So we'll be right back.
This night ain't getting younger. Feels like chasing a star up and down in the sky. I can't get enough of sweet, sweet love. Like we're just a couple bees, please. I'm glued to you, honey, like leave me. And I'll be sticking to you. I'm glued to you, honey. I'm glued to you, honey. Hey. I'm glued to you, honey, like I'm glued to you, honey, like don't forget I love that honey taste, yeah. Feeling like a double dipping day. Oh, it's a double dipping day. I can't get enough of sweet, sweet love. Like we're just a couple bees, please. I'm glued to you, honey, like leave me. And I'll be sticking to you. I'm glued to you, honey. I'm glued to you, honey. Hey. I'm glued to you, honey, like I'm glued to you, honey, like
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Wait tonight, won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Talk to me, we'll make a new tomorrow. Talk to me.
Let's go. We got put in.
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Wait tonight, won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Talk to me,
Alrighty, guys, without any further delay, after an extended pause, we are about to load back into game. As we are ready to go, their support is dealing with some technical issues, but it is time. I say it is time. I don't know how long the delay is going to make us wait for the game to actually resume. I don't know how that works from the League client POV. It doesn't seem like it'll be that long, as here we go. We're in game. It's a miracle.
Let's get it.
You love to see it. So there we go. Everyone coming out of base. Finally, we have some League of Legends action.
Yeah, kind of like you talked about. We gotta see some, a little bit early on, the Jarvan coming bot lane might look for an invade here, as Mbessa is grouping up as well. Or they could just be stacking in the bush, expecting Tarleton to invade with the Braum.
Yeah, very interesting.
Looks
We'll
like-
see.
Yeah, Mascara and Valor just post up that middle bush. Especially with an Ashe Braum at level 1, both very strong champions. As Ashe not only slows, Braum can apply a passive that can stun a target. So we might try to see some early trading, especially into the Ziggs Thresh. Both aren't very strong level 1. They typically want to try and get level 3 before they try anything too spicy.
I'm going to pretend like I didn't just see that. Oh, here we go. This is just, oh man. Oh man. And it appears that the mid lane for Cal State San Marcos has also disconnected as well. Alright guys, we'll cut it to another break. Hopefully this one should just be not as long as the last. This is really unfortunate.
There's a distance between us. getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.
Alright guys, as expected, this one wasn't nearly as long, so thankfully we are back in the game once again. And to answer your question, yes, I can see chat, but I mostly won't be responding to anything unless it's like a direct question about the game. I believe that was Mythic Shadows that sent that one. But here we are, we're in game. Minion waves are going to their lanes. Laning phase has started.
Hopefully, no more tech issues. We can only hope. It looks like nothing too crazy. Oh, it looks like Ash Braum starting to go in. Val hitting the Braum.
Oh, the exhaust is going to be applied as well. Mascara. Wasting no time. Mascara, he's on the board. Earth Desserts is going to have to try to cut their losses. Looks like he's going to be able to get out. But wow, what a great start for our bot lanes. Maybe those tech pauses. Maybe Zig's a little tired or something. He's been taken down early here. Mascara with the kill. Level up timer for Blue Pug. Taking Gimmick pretty low.
Yeah, we talked about that early on, how that Braum and Ash have a really strong level 1, and they just did not respect it. And Zig's even forced to use his flash, but he does have his TP, which allows him not to miss too much XP. But now Mascara's going to get a free early reset. Might be able to see a Cole or just a Longsword come out, just making him stronger in this early game.
And Mascara with that Summoner Spell advantage too is going to give him a big boost in this lane. And you love seeing a kill like that onto the Ziggs level 1, simply because of the fact that he's such a difficult laner to solo kill. As this laning phase progresses, he unlocks the rest of his kit.
Yeah, we've seen this happen a lot with Tarleton, just top side of the map, just trying to farm early on and just get it through. This is already a great lead for the bot lane. Kind of like what we talked about, they made a lot of changes, especially since the first week, and have gotten a lot better at their early laning phase. We're already seeing that this game.
Yeah, an excellent start for Tarleton's bot lane.
Ash also having the boots, just being able to help run down the opponent even more. However, as we see, the bot lane's now going to get level 3. It's going to make it a little bit harder to chase the Ziggs, as his W does, it's like an AoE knockback, and he can use that to also boost himself away. But it's pretty good, especially when the enemy's trying to chase you.
Meantime, Big China has completed his full clear. He looks to get that topside scuttle, perhaps.
That's one thing about Mundo, is just so good at clearing these camps. For some reason, they just give this tank have really good jungle damage.
Oh, wow. Earth Dessert. Burning the flash, or that's a Hex Flash, actually. Excuse me.
Yeah, now it's a Hex Flash. He did have to use the real one.
Oh,
Can be
okay.
pretty damaging on Thresh.
I see.
A lot of the time, you like to flash E the enemy and then use a Q on them. It can set up for really good ganks, especially with the Jarvan. But forcing the flash out, Jarvan's is going to have to be forced to reset and not be able to get anything early on.
Well, these objectives should start spawning on the map here shortly. Maybe in the next few minutes or so. I forget what minute it is exactly.
Yeah, it's around 5 minutes for the dragon spawn, I believe. But Big China's already on his first camp back. Got a little bit of extra reset. Ooh, Mascara flashing in on the Thresh, looking to kill. Bromsum comes out. They keep chasing down. Able to get the kill. Mascara now 2-0.
Wow, that's massive. And Mascara knew that Braum had the potential to finish off the stun there. Land that third Q. I believe that's how it works with Braum combo. So immediately flashing in, capitalizing on that, getting his second kill of the game.
Yeah, they definitely could have tried to avoid it. Like, Ziggs could have tried to tank the Braum Q. But in the end, Mascara is just able to chase him down. Just having the early back just already shows what advantage it can be.
Oh, and now it's all in from Bessa onto Gimmick. Gimmick gonna immediately flash out of there, and looks like he will survive, but he's gonna be forced to TP back to the lane. Big China, he's not gonna slow down though. Fortunately, the Q does not connect. I don't think he has enough damage to finish him off. He does not, and now Reunion's gonna chase a little bit. Big China should be just fine here.
Gimmick's gonna have to be really careful now. As Jarvan with his flash up, he's really good at clearing that distance and ganking. Just got to play really safe here.
Oh, wow, and both flashes being burned. But Gimmick, he's going to survive, and now Big China gets the chase. Blue Pug, how do you get out of this one? You don't. The Mundo picking up his first kill of the map. Unbelievable. How does Gimmick survive that tower dive?
Oh, yeah, that was just crazy because the Jarvan hit his EQ flash combo, which should have just secured Gimmick's death. However, he barely survives, getting level 6 just in time to give him the HP he needed.
And on top of that, yeah, and Bessa flashing in as well.
Yeah,
it's a
so
disaster.
That's 2 Psalms for a kill. Yeah, it's definitely what you don't want to happen on the Cougar side. Already getting the first 3 kills of the game to the Texans.
Oh, man.
Giving them the first feat.
It is an absolute disaster there for the Cougars in the early game. They really wanted to secure that kill into Gimmick, who had lost his flash previously to the first all-in attempt from Mbessa. But in the end, Tarleton come out of it with a huge lead.
Especially into Oriana, you really want to try to stop her for her first back. Because now that Gimmick has his last chapter, he can just perma-poke the Mbessa and just get all of his mana back whenever he levels up.
China, he has to be careful here. Doesn't have his ultimate available. Maybe trying to do some baiting so that Mr. Gold can walk his way down. Looks like he won't be staying for too long.
Looks like it's already just kind of a brawl fest in every lane going on here besides top lane.
Yeah, what an exciting early game, really.
Looks like bot lane's gonna get a reset in for them. Can we get a tab check real quick? Oh yeah, so there we go. See BF Sword on Ashe purchased. Gonna have mega damage here. Just be able to run down the bot lane like as we've been seeing already. Jarvan's definitely gonna have to look to try and save this bot lane, or else Ashe is just gonna snowball out of control. Like both junglers are on the same spot in mid lane here. Big China is a level down. He does have to be aware that Jarvan has ult over him.
Yeah, he's looking to clear some vision, but Big China, he might be in trouble here. That ultimate is going to connect. Yeah, no way out for Big China. He's going to go down. That's Cobb with the first kill of the map for Cal State San Marcos.
Also giving them grubs early on. Just having that level advantage down. It does force the Mbessa ult as well, though, so it might give Gimmick a little bit of breathing room. But losing grubbies early on is not what you want to happen. We do see the lane swap coming out. You don't see these too often. But
yeah, I'm
put a lot of
curious.
pressure on this Rumble and get a tower play.
I wonder how beneficial the swap will be in favor of Tarleton versus the Ziggs into Mr. Gold. Imagine that could end up working out in their favor.
Yeah, the Ziggs doesn't do too much damage early on. He's really a safe champ. And so Tarleton is expecting this. They know that Ziggs is probably just going to try to avoid dying. So they're going to do the lane swap. But I don't think they know that Jarvan and Thresh are coming up with Mbessa as well.
And there's the ultimate, connects on the Mascara, and he has no flash available. He's going to be trapped in this pit. Valdegrand going to apply his own ultimate barrier to try to keep himself up. But in the end, it will not be enough as 2 more kills go the way of Cal State San Marcos. That's 1 onto the Thresh and 1 onto the Mbessa. In the meantime, Gimmick's going to get mid push. But Tarleton do lose their bot lane in the process.
Yeah, Mascara and Val trying to escape there. They almost managed to get the J4, trying to make it at least a trade going over to Ashe. However, they're not able to finish off the kill. And so far, I've been loving these Mbessa roams. They've been having a lot of good side pressure along with their jungler.
And arguably a good recovery for the side of Cal State San Marcos. Now the gold lead swaps to their favor. Following this play that they made off of that really good Mbessa roam. Here we go, Mr. Gold. He's going to go in onto the Ziggs. Applying both those stacks. There's the Swallow going for the solo kills. Mr. Gold, he's going to get it. Ziggs goes down. A nice job there out of the Tom Kench.
Mr. Gold almost losing no health at all from that trade, just securing a kill. I guess this is probably what Tarleton wanted from this lane swap here, just be able to get free tower plates top while Mr. Gold's able to lock down the 1v1. Does look like they're trying to go for an early dragon here, as Mundo's just going to continue to clear.
Tarleton, they're going to keep the pressure on as well. In the meantime, Big China looks like he'll just back out of there, concede this Drake.
Yeah, just giving it up there. So far, none of the top laners, they're not really affected too much by these lane swaps, able to keep their CS numbers up. Does look like they're trying to do a little sneaky bush play. Mascara going in with Braum. Gets the ult down.
Oh, and that flash, arguably not where Rumble wanted it to go. Cobb, he's in trouble. Mascara is still going to apply all that damage, and he will secure that frag with Val the Grand doing the tanking for him.
Cougars do have to be aware of all these bush plays so far. This is the second time now that Mascara is just able to sit in the bush and catch them off guard. See if Mbessa will be able to do anything here top lane.
As Rome once again from the enemy mid lane might be causing problems for Tarleton. There's the flash invested. Mascara will fall. In the meantime, Gimmick's going to be able to get his base, but these Mbessa Roams really been causing issues for Tarleton. Is able to even it up the numbers several times.
Looks like Mr. Gold's going to be forced to be backed away from his tower as well. However, he does pull out the Thresh and Ziggs ultimate. Might allow him to be able to stay for a little bit. He does have TP up though, so he is able to take a free recall whenever he wants. Looks like they're going to reverse the lane swaps as you see Ashe and Braum are coming down bot lane. They might try to use Mr. Gold as bait here.
Yeah, it looks like he will get out with his life.
Yeah, so far it's been a pretty big fiesta early on. There's just so many fights are happening outside the map, but going both ways.
Hard to keep track of who's got the better macro as well, as the Rumble moved to mid momentarily. The Mbessa having to push in that top wave after taking down Mascara. So much really going on in the map in this early game. A little hard to keep track of.
Yeah, we're just being ping-ponged with the camera back and forth here. There's always something going on the other side. But it does look like mid lane has been the biggest source of for the Cougars here, just able to rotate the Mbessa every time. Whenever she's there, they're able to make a play happen. As you see right now, Mbessa's already starting to roam down bot lane with Jarvan. It looks like Tarleton is aware of this now, as they're doing some early pings, and Mascara's going to back off.
But unfortunately, Gimmick, he's going to get caught by Mbessa, forced to use the ultimate. Ashe Arrow is going to apply. And with Big China being here, looks like they might be able to connect onto this kill, and I was going to say, oh my goodness, Gimmick was in a little bit of trouble. That was almost an insane play out of the blue pug.
Is this a kill for Mr. Gold as well? He's just running down this Rumble.
Rumble's going to get eaten up.
Get the Q in.
2 back-to-back kills. In the meantime, there's another fight going on in bot lane. Mascara is going to go down. It's a kill for the Thresh onto the support. Big China, he's going to pop the ultimate. He wants more. Reunion's going to be the target. But I don't know if he has the damage to connect onto all 3 of these players. Looks like he's going to make it out of there.
Holy, so much is happening this little time. In just 1 minute, you have 3 different fights that happen around the map. We get an Mbessa pick mid lane, and then Mr. Gold solo kills Cobb. And then down in bot lane, just another, the Jarvan ultimate committed onto the Ashe. Almost able to trade some kills there. It looks like it just ends up being a 1-0.
Yeah, it's just unreal stuff going on in this game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the gold lead go 500 gold up for Tarleton, then back down, then back up. It's just a roller coaster of events so far. Definitely a way to wake yourself up at 10 p.m.
And here comes Mbessa once again, going to try to take out Gimmick. Gimmick is going to catch a kill onto the support. Earth Desert will fall, so this could be 1-for-1 unless Gimmick can somehow make it out of this. Mbessa's going to be doing a bit of chasing, but I think Gimmick is out. He secured the kill and immediately walked away.
Yeah, that movement speed from his W just allows him to get away from the Mbessa. Although she has so many dashes, without her energy, she just can't catch up.
And her ult was on cooldown. She has no way of gap closing, no flash, no ultimate.
Gotta say, Mr. Gold is already looking very tanky.
Oh my goodness, and the Asher to try and deny this turret. I believe it's going to be enough. I don't think he's going to get it. That mini wave's going to go down. I take everything I said back. He got the turret.
It was a good idea, hopefully able to stop the Mbessa, but the tower still falls, giving them first tower. Now, Tarleton does have to be aware that if they do give over this Herald, this will be the third and final objective for the 2 feats on the Cougar side. Looks like Mascara's going to be careful here mid. 4 players all looking around him. Bess is going to try to get the ult off.
It does connect. Zig's ult. Oh my, so many ultimates applied on the Mascara. Val the Grand, let's see if he's able to tank for long enough. Doesn't look like it, but yet another kill goes to the Thresh.
Jarvan
That's just
does have to use
unfortunate.
flash and ults. But it might just
3
allow them
ultimates
to get
applied
a
to the Mascara and the
dragon.
Jarvan flash. They really wanted to take him down, and they were successful in doing so.
Although they don't have any ults, it looks like Tarleton won't be able to contest here. Looks like Big China is going to continue farming up. Now we do have Heartsteel on the top and jungle, so they're just slowly trying to build up those stacks, but that can get out of hand, especially with how many fights are going on in this game.
Yeah, Mr. Gold up a couple levels, so a nice XP advantage there in top lane. And you'd argue that
Nice
Cal
defended
State,
as well.
and you'd argue that Cal State, San Marcos had to expend a lot of resources to take out Mascara, but they do secure an objective as well because of that.
Yeah, giving them the feats of warfare.
So yeah, definitely not a bad play, I'd say.
They'll just have to chill for a little bit until those summoners are up. Ashe does have flash, so if Jarvan does try to make a play happen, he should be able to escape and get out of there. But everyone's starting to get their items coming in now. Tarleton, I think, probably want to fight on this next dragon here. Don't want San Marcos to scale too hard. Oh, we see Mundo and Oriana both rotating mid lane here. Trying to look for something. You always have an Ashe ulti that can try and look for a pick.
I believe Mascara should be hitting level 10 here any second now. Be 1 level away from upgrading that ultimate.
Looks like Val's going to give him a little bit of solo XP so he can try and get this level 10.
Must be
Looks
just
like
a
they are
little
going to
bit
start
off.
Herald here. Ashe getting some early vision. They know where the Thresh and Ziggs are. Looks like they're going to go ahead and commit with the Herald. And Besso's TPing in, but it's just too late.
We are still maybe going to get a team fight here, though, as Mbessa goes in. Stun does connect from Val the Grand, follow up by the ultimate. Tarleton, this fight doesn't look good for them. They're on the run. Mr. Gold with a nice eat, though, to try to keep Mascara up. And now, can they turn this one? Val the Grand is going to get caught out. Big China will fall first. So that's 2 kills going in the way of San Marcos. And they might be trying to siege this turret, but Tarleton, they're going to try to hold their ground. Gimmicks in danger, getting dove. Very low here. Flash from Ziggs connects. Mr. Gold, he'll fall. And it is a massive team fight for Cal State San Marcos.
Tarleton's able to get the Herald, but they aren't able to get out in time. San Marcos is just able to chase them down. It looks like the Mbessa flash ult onto the Ashe is just what started the chain of events. So far having a lot of value coming out. However, we might have to see what they do with this Herald. It's still a very close game here, 11-8. Still anyone's game, as one team fight can just change it all. Go ahead and get some more Heartsteel stacks, get our tanks a little bit beefier here. However, this Mbessa and Jarvan are both just becoming demons in their own. With their all these kills and assists just stacking up. A lot
Yeah,
of
he'll get
gold.
10 assists on the Jarvan. 3 of those players for Cal State having shutdowns now. So yeah, still anyone's game. If you manage to secure a few of those extra gold bonuses, definitely would push Tarleton in the right direction.
Looks like we're just going back to our regular farming around the map. Although, it does look like San Marcos is trying to make another mid play happen. Again with this Mbessa, just roaming anytime she has ultimate up.
Yeah, clearly this game plan revolving around successful roams and combinations with the Jarvan play. And they have had a decent amount of success in doing so far in this game.
Yeah, we've seen. I don't think Mbessa has even missed an ultimate yet. So far, able to land every mark she's going for. It's like Dimmick is trying to counter the mid lane here, just also hovering, waiting for anything to happen. Looks like they're going to go and use the Herald to be able to open up mid lane. As ooh, it looks like the Ashe ult goes, but it doesn't hit anyone.
Nice chunk of heart still stacked for Mr. Gold. And yeah, this Herald should be enough to finish off the turret. In the meantime, Mascara, he's going to get targeted once again. Dropped by Earth Desert. Follow up from Rumble onto Gimmick. Big China, they're going to try to cut their license, but there's no escape. It's another double kill for the Ziggs. 2 secured. And now the play might be Otacon. Or the next Drake. That would put them on sole point.
It looks like they're going to take the reset, not to risk anything. It's going to go ahead and give themselves. They know that they have the gold advantage now, so might as well just go ahead and back, get all their items back, and then come back and try to fight 5v5 again.
And these team fights are only going to get more difficult if Tarleton can't find a catch or two during this mid game. Meantime, Mascara's going to go ahead and farm the red buff.
Ashe ultimate into the early combo with just the Braum being able to run him down, but it seems as if Tarleton gets engaged on first, just don't have any response to it.
Big China, he's being chased out of his own jungle, and Best is going to go and take his Gromp for free.
Looks like they will have Mr. Gold for this fight. It's going to be another 5v5 all-out brawl. Tarleton's just kind of playing a little safe, not wanting to get caught anymore. Looks like they're going to give the objectives by sending Ashe top lane, just not even wanting to contest this dragon. Looks like San Marcos is aware of it, so they're just going to go ahead and try to do both objectives for free here.
Securing all these neutrals is definitely going to hurt. Tarleton was now nearing a slight XP disadvantage and everywhere pretty much except for top lane.
Yeah, being down 5k now and also on sole point, you really have to, seems like next fight kind of determines the shift of the game and see if Tarleton's able to get picked with their Ashe ultimate or if they're just going to have to continue giving up these objectives. Now, Cloud Soul is going to be really nice for the Mbessa. After she ults, she'll just be able to get that increased movement speed and chase down anyone that she pleases. We do see now some items are finishing out on Tarleton's end, trying to get their second items here. Still not too much of a gold difference, like you said, in top lane. Mr. Gold is definitely holding his own so far. Still has the XP advantage. Pumpkin definitely does. It's a scary man still.
Nevertheless, though, Tarleton, they're going to need a catch or two to secure one of these shutdowns, which are now onto all 5 players on the enemy team. Which would definitely help give them a boost back into this game.
Yeah, so far just catching waves. Nothing too crazy happening. Looks like they are wanting to try and get this Mbessa shutdown. That is one thing, now that San Marcos does have shutdowns on almost every single one of their champions, any kill would be really beneficial, especially if it gets onto the right target.
And now they're going to try to converge in on Big China. Mr. Gold is here as well, but how much can these two accomplish together? Big China's going to be forced to invest the ultimate here in just a moment. And unfortunately, Mr. Gold, he's going to get canceled. Big China just drops, doesn't even get a chance to pop his ultimate. Uses the ghost to try to escape. And now Mr. Gold, how do you get out of this one? He's going to be trying to run towards the rest of his team. And it looks like he will be able to survive that tankiness from Tom Kench, doing wonders for him. But still, another catch to the side of Cal State San Marcos.
Yeah, no objectives up currently, so nothing they can really do off of that kill. However, just some extra gold in their pocket. But Mr. Gold, so far they're trying to pair him against the Mbessa, but with these items that she has, she's just shredding anyone.
Ooh, Asher does come out.
Looks like they might try to look onto this Mbessa here.
Fortunately, he's not stunned for very long. Just gets out, no problem.
Did invest in that Merc Treads early on. You can see it both on Jarvan and Mbessa. They really just don't want to get caught. They know that that could just be the game decider.
Oh, Mr. Gold. He's going to land the ultimate. He might go down for it, but we'll see if Ash is able to secure this kill, get this shutdown. Gimmick has arrived on the scene as well. Shutdown will go to Mascara. That's pretty big, and now Reunion might be the next target. Mascara, he's doing his best to kite. Barriers popped. Gimmick, he earns that one. And the chase continues for Tarleton. How much more can they grab? Oh, the Ziggs ultimate doing heavy amounts of damage. But
Val is able to get his exhaust on the other side of the wall, which makes it so his ult isn't enough to kill the Ashe, keeping Mascara alive, and they're just able to finish off the rest of San Marcos there.
And Gimmick does eventually fall.
3 shutdowns.
But yeah, like you said, 3 shutdowns secure for Tarleton. That might be the boost that they needed to get themselves back into this game.
I believe they were down 7k gold, but now only down 4k, able to secure a lot in little time. Should hopefully be able to beef them up enough for this dragon that's coming. You also see Mascara is getting really close to finishing his Infinity Edge. Well, less than 620 gold away from it. You know, he's just trying to farm and get that before this next dragon spawn. Looks like he's basing, so he might have it now, actually. The Infinity Edge will definitely bring him a lot of damage, as almost any ADC, whenever they get that item.
Yep, you're
There
correct.
you go, we see it. Yeah, he's going to definitely be a big threat this next fight. However, he doesn't have his flash, while Jarvan does have his, so do have to be really wary of that. Going to need Mr. Gold to almost babysit him with the top Kench.
Yeah, this next team fight potentially has a chance to be massive in the way this game ends up turning.
See if Mascara is aware that they could be sitting in this bush. They're all just kind of hovering around it. Kind of like what we saw there. It seems like if Tarleton starts the team fight, they win. But if San Marcos starts it, they win. So it's kind of just a battle of whoever can get the first pick on the enemy. It looks like they're able to get the Abessa down here. However, San Marcos is going to try to come from behind and almost...
Oh, but the ultimate, the misdirection onto Gimmick. He's going to try to flash out of there, keep himself standing. But now Mr. Gold, he's become the new target. He's going to go down the Cobb. That Rumble shredding straight through him. And the chase continues for Blue Pug. He does not want Gimmick to escape. And unfortunately,
what happened earlier, just Oriana able to run away. She's just trying to do it again, loop him around.
Tarleton, they're going to have problems here. They're down numbers here. Without Mr. Gold, it's going to be very hard for them to team fight. And Gimmick taking the low HP, they might be forced to concede the soul, and indeed, that seems like it's going to be the case.
Yeah, Cloud Soul is definitely one of the underrated ones. Be able to get plenty of movement speed every time you ult. It's very strong on Best, but it doesn't have too much value on a Thresh or Jarvan, since they are kind of trapped within their ult, so they don't want to move too much. But this Investa does seem to be like their star player so far, so definitely really good for her. It looks like Tarleton only loses 1 member, so they don't lose too much gold here. However, now it looks like they're all just being really wary of this Baron spawn. It's like Gimmick doesn't know they're there.
And Gimmick gets caught in his own jungle, not having the vision available to him. Mascara with no flash. Oh, the Ziggs ultimate just almost one-shotting him. He's taken down. Big China's going to be forced to invest his own ultimate, but I don't even know if that'll be enough to keep him alive. It's not. Blue Pug with another kill. And man, the team play out of Cal State San Marcos on full display here. As now Baron is the call. An immediate pivot, wasting no time.
Able to find that pick on Gimmick just allows them to open up, and Mascara just has nothing to do but just gets J4 ulted and is just left there to die. At this point in the game, he kind of sees that Tom Kench to almost just follow him around like a Yumi, just to ult him anytime J4 ults. But it looks like they go ahead and secure the Baron, giving them some pretty good map control. We've seen Tarleton be able to come back earlier in this deficit. We'll see if they can try and get another pick out here again, or San Marcos is just going to try and play it a lot safer and just try to end it out here soon.
Definitely a tall task ahead of them for the Texans.
Yeah, so far, it looks like the major takeaway notes from this game already is just being really aware of this mid laner. So far, Blue Pug is just loving these roams and going around the map and causing a lot of mayhem. It's like Val is going to get caught trying to go for a ward here. Does fall. No objective up, but a kill is a kill.
Another kill onto the Ziggs, who's really starting to do some serious amounts of damage, as you saw that ultimate when it connected onto Mascara. In the meantime, Mr. Gold's going to be doing a bit of trading with the Rumble, but he won't go for the all-in.
Yeah, just saving his ult for team fights later on. I don't think he knows that no one else is up there. But yeah, like you kind of talked about, Ziggs had a little bit of rough early game. especially into Mascara, but he hasn't died since. He's just been able to stay even in farm and now has a really huge shutdown on him.
And here we go. Mascara, he's the target yet again. Flash ultimate invested from Jarvan. And Mascara, he's not tanky enough to survive. He goes down. Reunion with the kill. Key is now legendary on the Ziggs. And now it might be Cal State San Marcos looking for the end.
With no mid laner, no ADC, they don't really have any damage to defend against San Marcos here. Last one up's really just the Tom Kench, but even he's getting chunked down.
He invests the ultimate onto Mbessa, but the damage just isn't there. Big China ultimate, it's not going to save you. Another double kill for the Blue Pug. Final frag's going to get found. Mr. Cold does take one with him, but at the end of the day, it is game over. That is Cal State San Marcos taking game 1.
Just Mbessa just having so much value on this map, getting so many kills is just saving the early game that happened. Just being that deficit, just be able to bring it back, and just this objective control. We saw this similar issue happen last week where Tarleton has some problems just trying to get these early dragons. So we're just gonna have to see what they're able to change up and come out with game 2.
Yeah, and clearly you can see the composition doing wonders there for the side of Cal State San Marcos. Tarleton finding no way to deal with the Mbessa, as you can see the damage numbers just absolutely absurd. 40k leading the way for the Blue Pug. That'll do it for game 1 though. We'll have the draft for game number 2 here shortly, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.
You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again. asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again.
Alrighty. That was a pretty long break, I'd say. But we are back now for the draft of game number 2, Tarleton. Having a pretty solid early game in that first game, but then it kind of just all went downhill from there. As CSUSM, you can see the acronym in the top left corner of your screen, we're able to pretty much dominate the mid to late game throughout that one, which you gotta respect. Make sure there's no issues with the thing. Yeah, we're good. All right. We got similar bands as to game number 1. I say similar. They are literally the exact same. Sindra Orn for the side of Tarleton. Swain, Lulu, Milio, and Wukong for Tarleton as well. And you got to remember this is Fearless Draft, meaning that all the picks from game number 1 are no longer available as well, so you have to consider that, keep that in mind as the series goes on. See what the first pick looks like for CSUSM. Last time they elected to go with the jungle role. This time, they will lock in the ADC. It'll be Kaisa in the bot lane. Tarleton say it's quite likely they'll respond with the bot lane of their own. We're about to find out what that will be. Here to see what Mascara is kind of feeling like this game. And there you go. Just straight comfort pick. It's going to be the Zeri locked in for Mascara. Always a strong one for him. Definitely can never go wrong with that pick. Tarleton this time will elect to not lock in the support immediately. It's going to be the Vi for Big China. Had a little bit of success on it in their first week in game number 1. I believe that's when he played it. Looking to see if he can replicate that here in this game. In the meantime, Cal State, they will lock in the Poppy, which is one of those they actually banned in the previous draft, but they're going to take it for themselves this go around. It's one of those picks that can be flexed onto multiple roles. I've seen it even played in top lane, although I don't think that's the case here. So it's much more likely to be a jungler or support. And CSUSM, they are going to lock in the Ahri for mid lane. It's one of those picks you almost see played all the time. Not as much in these matches, but like seriously all the time in any League of Legends ranked game. I believe at pretty much every ELO. There are Ahri players running everywhere you go. Gimmick will instantly respond with his own pick, clearly having something in mind for what he wants to play against it, and that would be the Mel. Tarleton, they have to bear in mind that in the previous game, the whole idea behind the CSUSM game plan or composition was their mid was roaming constantly, looking to find picks onto the Tarleton bot lane and making plays in their top side as well. So we'll see if Tarleton's a little bit more aware of that in this game number 2. Because I believe that's where most of their issues lied from. Or lie within. Final 2 bans for both sides. We're going to get a Nocturne and Silas ban for Tarleton. Followed by the Shen once again for CSUSM. See what the final ban is here. With Tarleton's Tarleton's top and support not quite locked in just yet. Be Malphite taken off the board. Malphite is my permaban champion in ranked. None of my top lanes really play well into it. Definitely not a fun lane whatsoever. But here we are. Final 2 picks for both sides. I mean, you get Mr. Gold's classic Scion. Kind of one of those go-to. That kind of has the feel of Tarleton's draft here so far. Just kind of like comfort picks. Scion, Zeri. Could even argue Mel for gimmick. Lies a little bit within that comfort. But arguably one of his better picks into Ari as well. So with the Alistar being locked in for San Marcos here, that will confirm that this is indeed a Poppy jungle, I believe. So we'll see what their final pick is here. Likely their top lane into Scion. And it looks like that will be Renekton. And I'm not really sure what the Renekton Scion lane really looks like. I know Renekton's a great counter into a lot of these melee auto-attacking top laners. I'm not sure if it's as strong into Scion, but still a good pick nonetheless. And let's see what the final pick looks like here for Tarleton. It'll be support. Val the Grand. He is going to confirm the Taric. And with that being said, that will conclude our draft for game number 2. So we will be heading into this one very soon. Let me go ahead and swap screens here just so we're ready whenever we get started. I believe one of the players said they need to use the restroom. So we will be waiting on that. But we will get into game momentarily. Okay, both teams confirming they are ready. We'll be getting into game right away. So once the summoner spells and runes are locked in, we'll be joined by PowPow once again to kind of review the draft and what to expect going into this game number 2, and maybe what adjustments Tarleton will be looking to make. after kind of suffering what was a difficult mid to late game. But again, I'll reiterate, I really like the picks from Tarleton this game too. Kind of just going back to comfort. The Zeri, Scion, Mel. Haven't really seen Tarek locked in too often for Val the Grand, at least not in these matches. He's locked it in a ranked environment. I'm curious to see if that one ends up paying off for him. We are now rejoined by PowPow. I wanted to ask you, looking at Tarleton's draft, wonder what adjustments. I do like the Scion, Zeri, all this stuff. It kind of just goes Mel, even going back to comfort, I would say. And what do you think? What are the adjustments Tarleton are looking to make going into this game number 2? Maybe deal with these annoying mid roams and everything in between.
Yeah, so the biggest thing that you can do to avoid a mid lane roaming is just putting more wards down, whether that be in the river or just around the jungle in general. We saw how much that Embessa was able to impact the game. So Ari's another champion where her ultimate allows her to roam very well and easily. So it's going to be kind of the same setup that the San Marcos is trying to go here. So definitely going to have to learn from last game in that perspective. But warding is definitely the best thing you could do. It's easy to do. You just got to press forward, you know?
Yeah.
But we do see Mr. Gold with his Scion pick. We got to see that before.
Trademark
Scion. A
Scion.
bunch of comfort picks. Yeah, we got to see the Mel before Zeri, Scion. A lot of picks that Tarleton is very comfortable on. Same with Vi as well. So we'll just have to see if just having champs there more comfortably on to be the change that they need.
I believe this is the first time we're getting Mr. Gold Scion in an official match. We got it during activation during those like preseason type games, but I believe this is the first time this year we're getting it in official.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to watch. I'm not too for sure how Renekton and Scion goes. I'm pretty sure it's just a farm lane. However, it might, if anything, it might be a little Renekton sided, just as he is like one of the best early game top laners.
Yeah, he's a great counter into most top laners. And I was mentioning it during the draft. He's very good into auto-attacking top laners. Counters those ones very well. So I said into Scion, I imagine it's a bit more even. But
yeah,
still could be a little bit Renekton favored potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll say having an ADC that has a dash definitely helps into comps like these that are all trying to dive in on you. They, just like last game, San Marcos keeping a very similar comp where they just want to go in there, dive onto one person, and then just roll the fight after that. So we do have some adjustments. Tark, another example, really good at dragging out team fights as his ultimate kind of protects everyone from damage, and then he has a lot of massive healing. Not too much of a crazy early bot lane, so we probably won't see as much action as we did last game, sadly. But definitely play to scale. But who knows? We might see Val just try to make some flashy plays.
And I want to mention as we head into game here, we are getting the replacement support here. It's San Marcos' main support now, so no longer their substitute. He's playing the engage support and the Alistar. That would be his IGN, I believe, is Pick Your Nose. It's pretty funny. But yeah, so we are getting that switch up just to make the viewers aware of that one.
Hopefully we don't have any more technical issues.
Yeah, the league client did not treat me well in our previous game.
Yeah. Oh, nice, Meridian. Let's go.
But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get that this go around. So definitely appreciate that. So here we go, game number 2. Cal State San Marcos leads the series 1-0. Tarleton going to look to extend us to a game 3. As we head into things here.
Interested to see if they're going to do any early games. We have yet to see an evade happen at all this season. But San Marcos, it looks like they do like to stack up in this bottom tri-bush, but we'll see if they'll repeat that or not.
30 seconds until minions
Just your typical 5-point. Everyone's just kind of covering their entrance. Nothing too crazy happening. I think the mid lane matchup is definitely going to be pretty important in this game, as we're able to see how much the Blue Pug was able to do last game. So now we're just going to be able to see if Gimmick is able to use his Mel to try and counteract these RE charms or stop her from roaming as much.
Yeah, definitely critical for Tarleton to maintain vision, keep track of the location of these opponents pretty much at all times as this game progresses. We'll see if those adjustments are going to be made here in our game number 2.
Also, we got to see a Poppy jungle, not the most common thing, but she is good, especially into team comps that have a lot of dashes. But the only ones that should be able to really use advantage this game is either Mascara's jump around or Vi's Q. But her ultimate still goes through, as she is unstoppable during her ult. So Poppy, if she is aware of that, then she might just try to play to trying to secure Mascara from doing anything in a team fight.
Yeah, here we go. Laning phase has begun. See if we get any cheese level 1 fights in our bot lane. Doesn't really look like it. Prio's going to be gained from side of CSU.
See, both junglers are pathing down, so we might see some early ganks. Like we know Jarvan tried doing it last game. Early
Renekton lands a cheese combo, yeah.
That's why melee champions are so afraid of that guy, like you're talking about. He's just able to pump out all of his abilities and shred him down to half HP.
Yeah. Renekton combos that auto W, auto Q. Just devastating.
He does have Conqueror this game, so he is trying to play for these long fights. Sometimes you'll see Renekton take a PTA just to have even more burst damage, but since it is a Scion, I think he's aware that it's mainly just going to be these longer fights that'll be happening.
And the league client being the league client, it has the rules for the Tarleton side swapped up a little bit, as you can see on the RCS chart here. So, just for those of y'all keeping track of that, something to keep in mind. Mr. Gold taking a pretty tough trade there. He doesn't have any potions available. Does have that D shield healing him up, but besides that, tough go for him.
Man, the poor league client, it feels like it always just has issues every week, huh?
It's always something different too. Always something new. Keeping me on my toes.
You have to be aware, Alistar, he's a very tanky guy, but he can also make some engages happen, as he can flash knock up someone and then headbutt them into his own team. Almost basically, it's like almost like a Tom Kench ult without having to eat them though. So that is something that you really have to be wary, especially on Tarleton's end here, as San Marcos has a lot of champions like that. You also have Renekton Flash W, which instantly stuns the target. It's a point and click. So they have a lot of engage tools here. We're just gonna see how Tarleton reacts to it.
Oh my goodness. Dealing some massive damage under tower 2, canceling that Scion W. Well played there out of Cobb.
Looks like he's able to take more of a advantage early on compared to last game. Mr. Gould was able to beat him pretty early on and stop him, but this game already you've seen Cobb made some adjustments and he's having a lot stronger early game. Even now,
it looks like they're looking for the
here.
dive. We've seen Mr. Gold be able to survive these dives before, but not this go around. This one is clean from the side of San Marcos. Mr. Gold will go down. That is first blood going to the Renekton.
Not having to use any flashes as well, just be able to get a free kill, where Scion is able to TP back up if he chooses to. Looks like he's just gonna choose to walk. I will say you can try and buffer the Poppy stun by flashing it, but you have to get it like pixel perfect almost to get out of it. It is very challenging to do sometimes, but it is possible to survive. Poppy's now just going to be pathing towards her bot side here.
Ooh.
Too much happening. It looks like they are engaging now. Val is caught out. Forced to flash, but it goes down.
That'll be key with the kill, so there's a kill onto the Kaisa. Pretty good early game side of CSU so far.
Now that Kai'Sa has no flash, you really want to try to take advantage of that with your Vi coming down bot lane. Just have to see if Tarleton does commit it or not. But in the meantime, it looks like San Marcos is just going to take a dragon, first one of the game. They have mid-prow, so it looks like Tarleton will just give it up here. Hearing an Ocean Drake.
In the meantime, though, Mascara will be able to crash the wave, but he might be a target here. Let's see if he's able to get off his base. It gets canceled. Flashed on by the Alistar Mascara. He's in trouble. He's going to get permanently stunned up. But the barrier and healing from Valdegrande able to keep him alive. Reunion's barely going to escape. Good job there from Mascara. Didn't think he was going to be able to live that one.
Yeah, barely gets out. I think the Tart healing is just enough to keep him alive. But almost able to trade the Poppy as well, but she also is just able to escape with one more tower shot. Would have killed her though. Looks like they are trying to play their dives a lot safer, especially after last game, double dying to mid lane.
There you go, nice route from Gimmick. But in the meantime, oh, blocks, reflects the charm. This fight is happening rather quickly. Ari's forced to invest the ultimate. Oh, and now Cobb's going for the all-in as well. We'll see what he's able to do here. Has the flash available to him, but he chooses to back off.
Mr. Gold just going resets now. He does have ultimate to get back to lane. Sometimes Scions do like to use it for that. Just trying not to miss any CS. Renekton's going to have to shove his wave under. That is like about 2 waves getting pushed under his tower. But it looks like bot lane is also having their own little wave built up here. Definitely looking to crash after this next one. Looks like everyone on San Marcos' side has reset now. They're all just going back to their lanes. Tarleton should be able to push their waves here and also get a reset of their own. Now they do have to be careful as the next kill could potentially be defeat for San Marcos. Unless Tarleton, they try to make some plays happen. I don't know if he's aware of this Alistar.
Yeah, Valdegrande doing a bit of investigating, but he's going to get all in. Mascara popping the ultimate exhaust utilized by Valdegrande as well. We'll see if this damage is enough from the Zeri. I don't know if it is, and with Alistar having his full combo available to him, Mascara, he's taking tower damage. He's not going to make it. He goes down, and Gimmick just too late on the rotation. Ultimate. I don't know, did he have the ultimate available? This is a complete disaster for Tarleton. Gimmick's going to go down too. Looks like his ultimate was on cooldown for a few seconds.
And trying to do his own roam there, but just doesn't work out.
And Big China
All-Star's
trying to
just
secure the
barely
grubs.
able to
He
live.
will also fall. That is 6 kills in favor of Cal State. San Marcos. Oh man, what a tough early game for Tarleton. They cannot seem to catch a break right now.
Yeah, a lot different from last game. Not able to get any early lead at all here. Almost every lane is now behind. It's like they're just gonna have to try and scale this one out, but see if they'll be able to or not.
And Mr. Gold, he is tanking quite a few auto attacks. He's going to invest his flash, land the Q. Oh, Mr. Gold! Oh, but the ultimate,
so
giving
close.
Renekton so much healing. He was going for it. The CC chain, almost enough. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch on the dash. Oh, I said that. One more auto attack might have done the trick. A good attempt there, but Renekton, he gets the solo kill. And Gimmick,
I love
he's
that
going to look to
flash
roam
Q
here.
there.
He's gonna
Almost
get
able
spotted
to
on
outplay
vision,
the
though.
Renekton. Yeah, let's see if Gimmick will be able to catch up and get it. It looks like Cobb is just gonna run and maybe even execute to tier 2 here.
Yeah, it seems like that might be his play. In the meantime, we're going to get a fight down here in bot lane. Valdegrande, an early investment of his ultimate, but unfortunately, Blue Pug has arrived. And that damage is insane. 4 versus 2, Big China a little late to the party. And Mascara will fall.
With that Targold, he's able to survive the initial burst from the Poppy stun and everything, but the Blue Pug just coming down, securing again. These roams just non-stop happening on San Marcos' side has been really beneficial for them. Down 8-0, almost a 4K gold deficit. Gonna be really hard to come out of this one.
Gimmick is going to reclaim his spot in the mid lane. As Mr. Gold walks his way back top. But yeah, a very difficult position already for Tarleton. Those kills all going in favor. San Marcos.
At least everyone's still pretty similar in CS, except for top lane. Renekton has now been able to build around a 20 CS lead, giving him an item advantage as well. However, with Scion, he's able to just build a lot of these cheap, tanky items, so the gold lead there shouldn't be too much of a difference. But as we see, Kai'Sa already now has her item, almost finishing her boots as well, while Mascara is still trying to get his first item.
And working off of their leads, the second Drake has spawned in. I believe it's going to be the target. Oh, Valdegrand looking to land that flash stun. Lots of fighting going on the map. Big China is just going to get one shot. He's removed instantly. And it looks like whatever play Valdegrand was going for, it's not going to work out as he falls as well.
Just feels like every time Tarleton's trying to make something happen, instead it just goes in San Marcos' favor and gets turned around right on their heads.
Mascara's trying to clear some of this vision, but Ari won't allow it. Blue Pug's going to continue to zone him, and now he's a target for a dive. Don't think he stands a chance. Good flash from Mascara to dodge that first set of bursts, but it's just too much to do. He'll go down as Key. He gets his 5th of the game. Tarleton, you're in trouble. You got to find a way to turn this game and turn it soon.
Yeah, just bleeding from everywhere. Someone has to stop the bleeding somewhere. Looks like Mascara is mental booming a little bit.
Yeah.
Mr. Gold is just trading with Cobb up your top lane. Has been a very entertaining match to see so far on top side. Mr. Gold is able to hold his own pretty well in most of these fights, almost outplaying Cobb. But this game, Cobb is just gonna be able to win every trade so far.
With that Eclipse complete, I don't know if that Bramble Vest is even gonna provide enough for the Scion here to win these trades. Definitely not the extended trades, that's for certain.
Yeah,
So
it does
Mr.
have
Gold.
the Bramble Vest, but it doesn't feel like it's doing too much, especially with the Conqueror and Renekton's Q just healing up most of the damage.
Nice route there from Gimmick to land a little bit of damage onto the Ahri. But now Mr. Gold, he's going to be the target for a dive, it seems. May not even need the assistance of his team. Ultimate may not save him. Alistar's going to do a bit of tanking. What is happening? Is that a ghost from Alistar? Did I see that right? Does he have Spellbook?
Yes, he does have Spellbook, so
Okay.
he's able to swatch out his summoners, and yeah, that was a very speedy cow right there.
Yeah, so Mr. Gold will go down to that 3-man dive. In the meantime, looks like Tarleton went for some kind of play of their own. Didn't really find much with it. Kai'Sa gonna like to back off. Mascara's gonna secure a few more of those plates. Oh, dangerous for Cobb, but he lives on 1 HP.
A very good patient of Kai'Sa right there, playing it really safe. They know that they just made a play topside without his Alistar. He has to play safe.
Oh, Mascara investing the ultimate, but doesn't look like he's gonna be able to find anything with it. Big China's gonna look to hover around here. Maybe the call might be onto Kai'Sa, but there's no more wave. They're all taking tower shots. It's going to get dangerous for Tarleton as Alistar has arrived on the scene. TP comes in from Cobb. Big China, there's no escape. He goes down. Cobb's on a rampage. And now, Mascara, you got to cut your losses. You got to get out of there now. And he will do so as he pokes away at Cobb. Cobb kind of just standing there aura farming him. But in the meantime, it is a tough game for Tarleton to try and turn.
Again, every play they're trying to do, it just gets turned around. San Marcos just having to answer for everything. Tarleton's just not able to take advantage of anything used.
Yeah, got to give credit to our opponents. Playing a pretty solid fundamental game so far. Every single dive, every single play being made seems to be the correct one, as now Mr. Gold once again going to be the target. Alistar will not leave this man alone. Charm connects. Oh, Mr. Gold, you don't stand a chance. No way out. As Alistar just blocks his path. He gets pushed back into the wave, and Blue Pug picks up the kill. But Big China, oh, nasty combo there. Gets the shutdown onto the Kai'Sa. So that's something positive going in the way of Tarleton. Gimmick collects his first of the game, and Tarleton's first kill overall.
It is 800 gold going over to Gimmick, getting that big juicy shutdown. Just able to catch the Kai'Sa as she's trying to evolve her abilities.
And Cobb really rubbing it in, cancels the base of Mascara as he's forced to stay for another wave. Gimmick's gonna walk his way down, but eventually decides to back off. Are we gonna be putting pressure onto this tier 2?
Yeah, especially with these grubs, the split pushing can just go out of control, just able to shred these towers as she's already got the tier 2 to half HP in 16 minutes.
Mascara, he's still not able to base. Cobb will not leave him alone. There's the all-in. Oh my, he's unstoppable. Mascara, no chance in the world. Cobb just flashes on him, pops the ultimate, and Mr. Gold, oh, and he goes down anyway.
Last tick of burn from the Black Torch, able to take him out.
It is just absolutely devastating for Tarleton as they are getting run over early on in this map. Lead is up to around 7k. All the neutrals also going in favor of our opponents. Definitely a tough one.
Yeah, already 16-1 at 16 minutes, almost a kill per minute. It's really hard to come back, especially when you're trying to already play a scaling comp. You know, this far behind makes it even harder to try and dig out of this hole.
Oh, and Big China. I don't know if you want to be coming back into this. Tarek gonna do what he can to save him. But at the end of the day, he goes down. It's Key with another kill. Oh, man. And they're not done. Gimmick, he'll fall as well. Reunion's on a killing spree. Everyone getting involved in the action. Mascara, you're next. He's gonna flash out of there. Tarek ultimate is pressed. I don't think Tarleton have any way of turning that fight. That should be Drake secured, and it'll put them on soul point. It'll be a mountain soul this game.
I gotta say, so far on San Marcos, you can see the vision that they have with this map. They have plenty of control wards down, just vision almost any point in the jungle, just be able to constantly know where Tarleton is and be able to pick them out. Looks like they're going to get already on soul point here in this game, as they have gotten every objective so far as well. Looks like they still have Herald on the Poppy, so we might see that get played down here in the next fight or two.
Big China, he's getting bullied out of his own jungle. Gonna press the ultimate onto Ari. But I think you're underestimating some of this damage. Charm connects, and he's gonna drop. Ari's gonna take him out. He's on a rampage. Blue Pug again. He's gonna go for the double onto Mr. Gold. Do you have any way of escaping this? Dodges the charm. Nice job there. And it looks like Mascara's arrived. He's gonna go for this kill. Gonna do a bit of chasing, but doesn't end up working out for him as Alistar is now hovering in the area.
Looks like Mr. Gold is able to survive this time off that 1 HP, but not able to get anything after that. Just allowing Blue Pug to live definitely is not what Tarleton wants. They have to try and claim these shutdowns to try and make something happen, or else this game is just gonna slowly bleed out.
Next Drake, definitely going to be a point of contention. Although I don't really see how Tarleton fight into it. Maybe have to go for some sort of steal attempt with Big China.
At this point, 11k gold down. Almost impossible to come back from a lead like this unless we see some int plays. We have seen it before. Might just have to see. But so far, San Marcos has been playing a really clean game.
Absolutely. Take some straight heroics out of the Tarleton players to try and turn this one. And now Blue Pug's going on another adventure. Pops the ultimate, lands charm onto Big China, removes half of his HP. Big China is going to be forced to run away. Even invest the flash.
We're going to try to get Cobb here, but he is extremely tanky now, especially with 3 different dragons. You know, it looks like they know they're just going to have to respect and back off.
Yeah, it's a tough ask. I don't even know if they win 2v1. Cobb being level 13. And with Otacon being spawned in, it's an immediate response out of Cal State San Marcos. They're going to go and secure that one for free.
Set up for Dragon as well. Again, just having this clear vision, just knowing exactly where they are. It looks like Gimmick's going to get caught. Able to reverse the charm, though. unable to just walk away as Alistar misses his flash combo.
Yeah, nice play there from Gimmick, reflecting the charm. Unfortunately, the second one does connect, and now Alistar, he's going to look to chase, potentially. Gimmick a little bit in danger getting dove. Herald's going to be spawned in the bot lane. Big China, you're a little bit caught in the middle of nowhere. Key's going to claim that kill. Mr. Gold has made his way down here. But I don't know if you're defending this turret. Doesn't look like it. Poppy going to do a bit more chasing. Lands the solo kill onto Gimmick. Now, Mr. Gold, how do you defend? Mascara's going to try and help him out. But it's no use. Key on a killing spree. Another kill for him. And Mascara, charm connects. He's going to go down as well. Well, Tarek Ultimate does save him. Good reaction from Val the Grand. But this... there you go. That's a kill. That's shut down Tarek.
Another shutdown goes to the Tark there, yeah. Just be able to shred the amount of damage that they have right now, though. We see Mr. Gold, pure tank, just gets killed under his own inhibitor tower. Nothing he can do. At this point, San Marcos just has the CC and damage to just kind of fight wherever they want to.
You can see that as they siege into Tarleton's base, taking down every single tier 3, securing the bot inhib. Although Cobb might be a little bit caught out. Ultimate is applied from Big China. But, I mean, this Redectin is so tanky. There's just no damage for Tarleton. Keys on a rampage. Removes Big China once again. And Tarleton, they're sitting ducks. Everyone's in base.
It feels like at this point, everyone on San Marcos is just too tanky to even engage on. Wow, they just have the tankiness and damage to just do anything they want to do. At this point, Tarleton's just trying to prolong the game as long as they can.
Yeah, and how do you even select a target when there's so many targets that have so much HP? And it's hard to get to their backline as well. Being protected by all these tanks. The Poppy, Renekton, Alistar. Definitely a tough one for sure. And this Soul should be spawning pretty soon, I'd say. Within a minute or two. Yeah, I said a minute. It's spawning right now.
And Mountain Drake is just going to make them even more tankier, have even more resistances. Arguably one of the better souls in League as well. Just able
All I gotta
to
say
give
is
you that shield.
good luck.
Yeah, this next fight could be very well the last fight. As we see...
Oh, and
Big China
Alistar's
gets
flashing on Big
caught
China. He's in his own jungle, and he's dead. Key is unstoppable. And here we go. The fight for the base is going to begin. Ari's going for the all-in onto Mr. Gold. The 1v1 is going down in top lane. The rest of the team is going to push out mid. How long can Tarleton defend this one for? Mr. Gold going to flash out a dodge. Looks like he's able to keep himself up. Every inhib will fall.
Looks like the last fight is soon to happen. Unless San Marcos just backs out. I guess they got enough gold from all the inhibitors. Might look to get a reset, get some items, and...
I'll be honest, that is a crazy amount of discipline out of San Marcos. After removing all the inhibs, just to fall back and take the entirety of Tarleton's jungle. Oh, it's just cruel. Tough way to go. But Tarleton,
Yeah,
they're going to do what they
no
can.
risk at this point.
They're going to farm
Trying
out
to give
all
any
these
more
waves.
shutdowns.
Trying to move any kind of opportunity to end the game for San Marcos. But yeah, you're looking at a 14k gold lead.
Yeah, at this point, they're just trying to... Well, I mean, you can already see down here with all the items, almost everyone is down 2 items to each of their own individual laners. At this point, they just don't have the gold to be able to put up a fight at all. Oh, you talked about, though, San Marcos just playing extremely disciplined. Every time they know that there's even a chance that they could lose a fight or die, they just back out, reset, and look to go again. Just giving Tarleton no chance at all.
And Baron's going to be the immediate target. And with all these, and with triple inhib and Baron, that'll probably give the opportunity for San Marcos to look for the end. We'll see if that ends up being the case here, as Baron is going to be finished off now. And here we go. The pressure is on. San Marcos beginning to group up towards Tarleton's base. I believe the Tarleton players know it. Big China, he's going to get ghosted on by Alistar. All the damage being applied by Ari. Looks like he's able to stay alive. But here comes the team fight. The wave is closing in. Tarleton backs against the wall. Let's see what they're able to do. Cobb is chasing Mascara into his own base, into the fountain. Valdegrand's going to apply the ultimate. Here comes the team fight. There's one kill going in favor of Tarleton. Blue Pug's taken out early. But I believe that's all they're able to get, as every kill goes the way of San Marcos. The Nexus will fall, and that is going to be a 2-0. Cobb is dominating. They're going for the fountain dive in the game. It is a quadra kill. Gimmick picks up a triple of his own. But that will be the game, as Tarleton loses this one 2-0. And they will go to 1 win and 1 loss in NECC play.
Yeah, very rough game, especially that last one there. First one seemed very competitive, very close. But this game, too, just not able to get any lead in any lane. Just slowly bleed out overall. Unfortunate, but next week we'll just have to go again.
Yeah, and you always learn things from these kind of losses as well. So I'm sure our players going to take away what they saw from these games and work towards building up into the next week. But that will do it for us here today. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been Bjorddd and PowPow per usual, and we'll see you guys for more League of Legends next week, and we have Overwatch tomorrow.
See y'all next week.
Yep, thank you everyone for watching.